editing this when I realized that the face tracker on my camera was tracking my face the whole time we were filming. I don't think there's exactly anything I can do about it, so we're just gonna have to live with it for this time. We've done the bare minimum. Okay, I guess I should do an intro. It's been literally almost, in like a week, it'll be 2 years since we posted the last video on this channel. So should we do like the top most popular, or should we do some obscure ones?
It's the first one. Let's get some good ones. Let's do like the top of the week or whatever.
Okay. Top of the morning.
Yeah. Top of the morning to you.
Hey guys, welcome back to, well, I shouldn't say welcome back, it's been 2 years. Hey guys, welcome to Chill the Heck Out with Ava. I'm Ava, and I'm here with Christian.
Hello.
And, I don't know why that was funny. Should I try again?
No, I thought that was good.
Okay.
You just took me off guard and didn't expect you to introduce me.
Okay, well, here, I'll try introducing you again. I always forget what I'm supposed to say, and it's just literally like, hello.
Top of the morning to you.
Damn it. Hey guys, welcome to Chill the Heck Out with Ava. I'm Ava, and I'm here with Christian.
Hi, I'm Christian.
And today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different that we've done on this channel before, which is, like, not really a big deal because we haven't posted on this channel in 2 years, and before that, we only posted, like, 3 videos. So, welcome back, everybody. Stop. So, today, we decided that we are going to read, our Am I the Asshole posts, and we're going to decide if that person, should I say asshole or a-hole?
I was about to say, you just went saying about how you have to edit cuss words and the whole...
I was thinking more like the F word.
Oh.
Darn it all to heck. Am I the asshole for not treating my wife like an equal parent by telling her she has no say in the way I bond with my son and calling her homophobic? That sounds like it's going in a really, really weird direction. What is happening?
Let's read that one.
This is framed in probably the poorest way you could possibly frame something. Oh my god. So the title started out pretty bad, and then the first thing I see is 16 and pregnant.
Oh, okay.
When I, 37 male, was 17, my then girlfriend, 16, pregnant with twin boys,
Ooh.
her parents didn't want the babies to ruin her future, so they said that I had to either take them or give them up for adoption because she was not raising them. Interesting. I wanted to give them up, but my parents told me not to. Maybe your parents should have told you not to bang your girlfriend, and this would have been a problem. Your parents are all controlling after the fact. For the first 7 years of my boys' lives, I didn't act like a father, and it was more like a big brother. They knew I was their father, though, but we never bonded like father-sins. We never bonded like father-sons. When I was ready to move out, I wanted to do it without them, but my dad... What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Without your kids or your parents?
His kids! Everything in this story so far has been the worst it can be. When I was ready to move out, I wanted to do it without them. Classy. But my dad let me know it was my responsibility, so I had to take them. It's like they're like a dog. Like, hey, son, I told you if you brush him and walk him every day, like that was the stipulation of getting him, but also now that you're moving out, you have to take him with you, but this is actually human children who are real people. So I had to take them. Okay, I didn't want it at first, but I'm glad it happened. We started bonding as father-sins. I started loving them, and their love for me increased. Likely story. I remember the three of us. This guy is not ending sentences. He goes ahead.
I can tell he's pretty illiterate just from how you're reading the sentences.
I remember the three of us would seat on the couch to watch movies. One would sit on my left and one on my right while I wrapped my arms around them. They'd put their heads on my chest, and I often kissed their forehead. Completely normal. We're good. We've been doing this since they were 7. It's a really weird age to start putting your arms around your kids and kissing them on the forehead, but okay. I met my current wife
5 years ago, my kids were 15. We married 3 years ago after we welcomed our daughter, who's now 4, and a female, because we didn't know that by the fact you said she was your daughter. She saw me doing this with my kids, and we watched movies, and she never said anything. My kids are no longer living with us because they left for college, and because they're 20 years old, but they come to see me every now and then. Oh, hold on. My kids are no longer living with us because they left for college, but they come to see me every now and then. My boys are 20 now, but they still like to put their heads on my chest while I wrap my arms around them. They do it every time they visit, and I'm watching TV. Are you watching TV when you have somebody over? My son, Liam, visited me 2 weeks ago. He came out to me as gay and introduced me to his boyfriend. I don't care how my kids live their sexuality or who they love. I love them no matter what. I just want them to be happy, and I don't feel any different, and it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable to hug him or kiss his forehead. It shouldn't. But it seems that my wife is a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
What is happening? My son... sorry. My son visited me again last Wednesday, since he was here 2 weeks ago, so the first time officially out. I think he's trying to say, my son visited me again last Wednesday, and this is the first time he's visited me since he came out.
Yes.
I was watching Red with my daughter. She was on my left. Then my son, Liam, arrived. He was tired and sat on my right, put his head on my shoulder while I wrapped my arm around him. Then I kissed his forehead and said, "Good to have you back, buddy." We went to sleep, and the next day my wife told me... I read that way too fast. We went to sleep, and then... I start just talking super fast when I get nervous. We went to sleep, and the next day my wife told me that it made her feel uncomfortable, that me hugging and kissing my son made her feel uncomfortable, and asked me not to do it again while... Oh my god. Periods. And asked me not to do it again. While she doesn't mind me doing it with Lucas, my other son who's straight, she doesn't want me to do it with Liam. I told her that she has no business being in my relationship with my sons. I also called her homophobic. Both true. She accused me of not treating her like an equal parent, because you're not. You're a stepmom to adults. Thus I said, that's okay, because you are not. Yes. My brother says I should understand because this is a big quote-unquote change for her. A son coming out. But okay. Grammar. My brother says I should understand because this is a big change for her. A son coming out. But seriously, I think there is nothing to get used to. This isn't neither her nor my problem who my son was. Am I in the wrong?
Okay.
There's like a lot going on.
There is, but I think it comes down to... Of course, he left out the conversation they had, and I bet during the discussion, he probably phrased things poorly, and that's probably the main reason why she's mad, but that's me just assuming. But,
maybe?
I mean, of course, with the way he phrased it, no, he's not the asshole. Like...
Yeah, but it's like someone's always gonna tell a story and not put themselves in the light of being the asshole, so...
Yeah.
But, no, it's not weird to kiss your son on the forehead regardless of their sexuality. It's not weird for your son to lean his head on your chest. That mom sounds really creepy, actually, because if you're like, you're kissing your son, and that's gay.
I think
that's creepy.
She's probably just really prudish.
Yeah, but that's a problem. So yeah, I'd say, I can't remember if I've been saying a-hole or asshole this whole time. Yeah, he's not the a-hole.
Yeah.
Oh. Am I the asshole for kicking a family graduation party out of the restaurant because the mom had written me an unhinged note last time I served her?
What?
I'm a server at a bar and grill place. A few weeks ago, a lady came in for drinks with a dude and left me an unhinged note on a napkin calling me a SLUT for wearing shorts and a crop top while working in 90-degree heat at a sports bar. So my coworkers and I thought it was actually pretty funny, and we framed the napkin and the check with the word WHORE on the spot where the tip goes on the wall. Her signature was also legible. That's not a good idea for legal reasons to display somebody's signature, but yeah, the rest of it. We also added her name to the do not serve list just in case she came back since we didn't want any trouble. It's not like that was weird for that place to have funny stuff hung up. We have all sorts of old Polaroids, drawings, etc., taken with patrons or drawn by them. It's the kind of place where we make a chalk sign quoting bad Yelp reviews as a joke. I didn't expect to see the lady back again. Like, she obviously had a poor time, so why would she come back? Well, last weekend, a big party had a reservation. I believe a family's college graduation party, and I was going around the table checking IDs, and the name on one looked familiar. I took a better look at the lady, and I realized it was the same person who wrote the unhinged note. So I gave her her ID back and said, "I'm sorry, I can't serve you. I'm going to ask you to leave." She said that she was of age and didn't understand what the problem was. Her family had made the reservation weeks in advance. I said, "Yes, I'm aware, but your name is on our do not serve list." She started getting mad, saying that I didn't know what I was talking about. It's on the list, lady. It's written down right there. She'd never been spoken to before like this, and her what? Okay. She started getting mad and saying I didn't know what I was talking about. She'd never been spoken to before about this, and her husband and a guy who was either her father or father-in-law that started backing her up. I went to grab the frame off the wall with the napkin and I read it out loud. And then I said, the establishment has a policy that we cannot serve people who behave erratically or aggressively after drinking. And I was happy to serve the rest of the group, but I'd had to ask her to leave. A couple of my guy coworkers gathered around to back me up. She started screaming at me, saying it was her son's graduation, she started screaming at me, saying it was her son's graduation, and also trying to snatch the frame. I ended up getting kind of petty and saying, "Ma'am, that's the restaurant copy of the receipt. You were given your own copy. I'm going to need to ask you to leave." Her husband said, "Let's just leave," and the whole group left together, which was honestly more than I intended. What do you think they're gonna do?
Yeah, what do you think? Like, alright, just wait outside, Susan.
Bye, Becky.
Yeah, what?
We'll see you later.
God.
We'll bring you a to-go bag.
What do you want? I'll get it for you. You can be a bitch in the car, I guess.
Eat it in the car. The whole group left together, which was honestly more than I intended. Also, yikes at the rest of them leaving with her. I feel bad for the kid whose celebration dinner got ruined because the rest of the family would rather enable his mom than stick around to celebrate. Okay, I'm gonna actually kind of be honest. You are kind of the asshole for this random person that's just like in a party of people, and this is obviously this kid's graduation party, and you're like, we're not gonna serve this one person, so we're kicking the graduation party out.
She didn't kick the graduation party out, though. She kicked just that one person out. And I completely am okay with that.
Okay.
She didn't, because she even specified, I can't serve you, but I can serve everyone else. And I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Now I'm on your side. I feel bad for the kid whose celebration dinner got ruined because the rest of the family would rather enable his mom than stick around to celebrate. I'm sure they'll just go somewhere else. I don't think their party's like exactly ruined.
Just go to Cece's. They're fine. Whatever.
And her husband yelled at me about how he was going to call my manager, which was funny because my manager was the one who brought a frame for her unhinged little note. The kid looked really ashamed and stressed through this, though, and I felt pretty bad because he was just trying to celebrate his graduation, and it's not like his fault his mom is a little crazy. Am I the asshole for having kicked the lady out of the restaurant? I think we kind of already established no.
Yeah, no, of course
not kicking her out. The rest of the family's an asshole for... I don't know, because it's like, on one hand, it's like, is the rest of the family the asshole for not making her leave and them staying there, or is it like, this is only going to get worse if we have one member of the family absent. Let's just go to a different restaurant.
I mean, either way, how would the family be the asshole?
Because she was saying she felt bad for the kid because she said specifically, yikes at the rest of them leaving with her. So I was like, okay, I guess, but also kind of like, I wouldn't want to stay there after that happened either. Like, I'm sitting at a table and someone comes up to my mom, is like, you've been here before and your behavior was so off the rails that we're not gonna serve you. I don't think I would just be able to stay there. Like, my mom leaves and I just stay there and eat, and everyone's like, wow, that's the family of a lady who is so crazy that she's not allowed back in this restaurant. I think that would be super awkward.
I mean, yeah, awkward, but I don't think that makes the family the asshole.
No, I think it makes them the asshole. I think that's a little bit over the top, but I think it's like, because she said it was yikes. I'm like, no, I don't really think that's yikes.
I don't think so either. Like, the family made the right choice, because, like, the family could have done whatever they wanted, but they made the quote-unquote correct choice by just leaving and going, keeping the party together. But, yeah, screw the mom for doing that.
Yeah. Because she also knew that she had acted like that. Oh, are you kidding me? Forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Okay. I think we're good again. Okay, what's happening?
We established that, lo and behold, the writer is not the asshole. Go figure.
Right, like, who's gonna post a story? Well, I don't know, because there are some, but then it's hard to tell if the ones posted where the writer is, like, definitely the asshole. It's hard to tell if it's a troll.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you post that and make yourself look bad, unless you're so deluded that you actually think you looked good, which is possible. Okay, you get to pick one. I'm reading it now.
Ooh, okay. There's flares. Why don't we just pick one? So this one says everyone sucks. So, pick one of these two. Am I the asshole for making a dad joke? Or am I the asshole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin?
Oh my god, okay. The second one, just do the first one. The second one sounds complicated. And
Okay.
the first one sounds like it's going to be pretty straightforward and hilarious, so.
Alright. Am I the asshole for making a dad joke? Note, my stepdaughter, Madeline, was about a year old when I married her mother, Jessica. Madeline's father died before she was born. Madeline is currently 15, and she's rebelling for almost everything.
Duh.
She did something bad, so while picking her up, I said...
Pause. What did she do? You can't just say she did something bad, because that probably factors into what my opinion's going to be on whether or not you're the asshole.
I mean, that might not be relevant. You haven't heard the story yet.
I guess.
Because the title says dad joke. Her doing something bad makes probably just not relevant.
True. I just want to know all the details.
Yes, you're nosy, we know. She
I'm
did
the only one.
She
Other
did
people want to know the
something
details.
bad. So while picking her up, I set a punishment up for her. Then she said, "You're not my dad. I don't have to follow you." Honestly, I got a bit hurt from that. But I understand that she didn't mean it, and that she'd probably change. I just replied, "I'm still your legal guardian for the next 3 years, and as long as you're in my house, you have to follow my rules." That happened about 2 days ago, so our family was going grocery shopping when Madeline said, "I'm hungry, I need food." I decided to be extremely cheeky, Englishman, and say, "Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad."
Oh no. Dude! What?
Oh, man.
You can't do
That's great, I'm on the dad's side.
that.
My son
I'm
started...
not your dad.
My son started to laugh uncontrollably. My daughter was just quiet with embarrassment, and my wife was berating me not to stoop down to her level. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke, and my son agrees. Am I the asshole?
Without the context, you would be an asshole, because that would be just out of nowhere, like, not your dad, you stupid kid. But she's the one who said that, and then he's riffing on it later, like, haha, remember, like, this awkward thing that happened before See, it's cool now because we can joke about it now. But I guess not.
I think that's hilarious. Like, the mom's has a stick up her ass. Like, that's hilarious.
I'm
She's
not your
15,
dad.
she'll get over it. Like, that's funny.
I'm
Oh,
not your
man.
dad.
Like, if I was the kid, I'd probably be a little pissed about that. I'd be like, wow, real mature dad. But, like, that's funny.
It was funny.
That
I
is.
don't-
Okay.
I don't think he's the asshole because she said that. It was a relevant thing. It wasn't out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, what? It was immature, but you're not an asshole for it.
Yeah, it was probably. You're not an asshole. It was really a bad call because you don't say that to a teenage girl because they just take everything the wrong way no matter what. So it was
Ooh,
really
misogynist.
stupid decision, but you're not the asshole.
Well, yeah, immature. Like, should you have done it? Probably not, but whatever. It was funny, and I don't think you're an asshole for it.
I'm not your dad.
That's hilarious, but man, yeah.
Terrible
A
call.
lot of people think either everyone here is the asshole or he's the asshole, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's an asshole. I think it was a dumb thing to do.
Am I the asshole for punishing my son after he said something racist?
See, with your summary, of course not. Or am I an asshole for punishing my son for saying something racist? But of course, I have a feeling that's not what's happening.
Agreed. Okay. About a week ago, my 39 female family... Your family's 39 and female? Every last one of
Every
them.
single person in his family is 39 and female. That's convenient.
Oh, I think you're saying me, as in me,
Oh,
I'm 39
Okay, that means the
female.
OP is 39 female.
Oh, that was... Okay, I feel like the parenthesis was in a weird place. I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
About a week ago, my 39 female family ordered Chinese food for delivery. When the delivery driver came to the door, my daughter, 16 female, was taking the cat upstairs to put her... When the delivery driver came to the door, my daughter, 16 female, was taking the cat upstairs to put in her room because he always tries to eat the food. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love cats.
pets. We all have them.
My son, 13 male, loudly says, make sure... I see where this is going.
Oh my
Make
god.
sure to hide the cat from the Chinese guy. As I am at the door getting the food from the Chinese delivery driver. Oh, while the door was open. Ooh, he very obviously heard what my son said and was upset
Hiding.
by it. I quickly apologized and took the food. I'm gonna take a second there to say...
Well,
yeah, that's dumb. Alright. I told my son that racist jokes were completely unacceptable and very wrong, and he refused to admit that he was in the wrong. So, later that night, I forced my son to write a sincere apology to the delivery driver. His name was on the receipt, as well as write
it's a weird name. I'm so sorry.
as well as write a one-page paper on Chinese culture and a one-page paper on why racism is perpetuated by racist jokes and stereotypes. I feel like that's a very good punishment.
I was gonna say that's an extremely constructive punishment. I don't. How could you possibly be the asshole for that?
That's a very good... That sounds like some kind of punishment I would condone.
I think this guy's just trying to brag. I don't think he
Yeah.
actually thought there was a chance he was an asshole.
Oh, yeah. Like, this totally sounds like he's bragging about his parenting skills. But so far, A+, dude. That's good.
I mean, yeah, you have a reason to be bragging. I'm not mad at it.
Then, the next day, I took him to the restaurant and had him read his apology aloud to the...
Oh!
to the delivery driver, as well as give him the papers he wrote. Okay, that's like public shaming. That's too much.
Well, okay, see, I thought the same thing as I was like, okay, I have a huge problem with parents who use, like, humiliation, like, stand on the side of the road with a sandwich board that says, I disobeyed my mom. I have a huge problem with that. But it's also hard for this situation because it's like, he did, in front of other people, say something racist about that Chinese dude. I feel like in front of other people, he should apologize to the dude for what he did. Like, it is humiliating, but that doesn't mean that the purpose of the punishment is humiliation. Like, you kind of did that to yourself.
I don't know. I kind of just feel like public humiliation is just not a good punishment. I feel like giving him the papers would have been enough. I don't know.
I feel like he should need to say it, but also, we don't know that the restaurant was, like, full. Like, maybe he was like, let's step aside and I'll say this to you, not like he went in to the restaurant, was like, hear ye!
Like, yeah, if it was just in front of the one worker, like, that's fine, but even just in front of, like, other kitchen staff, I feel like that's pushing it.
We don't know if anybody else was around.
Okay, well, let's finish, 'cause we might know.
Okay.
The driver was very appreciative of the apology and thanked me for making my son do it. He then told my son about multiple instances where he had faced racist comments and attacks from people while he was a delivery driver. That night, my husband, 43 male, and I got into an argument about me making our son do this. He told me that it was embarrassing for our son to have to do the apology and that the punishment didn't fit the crime. I told him that it was much more embarrassing for the driver to have to face that kind of racism and racist stereotypes, and that our son would get over the embarrassment. I do not condone any kind of hateful thinking in my house, and the fact that my son said that embarrassed me as well. My husband told me that it was just a joke, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I feel like your husband might be a little racist.
So, like, a lot of things that are jokes are super offensive and inappropriate. I don't know what it being a joke, like, how that makes it any better.
I was about to say, like...
It's like, no, he came down the stairs, and in all sincerity, he was like, Chinese people eat animals, and I have a huge problem with that. Like, of course it was a joke. That's the problem.
You don't just go, oh, it's just a joke. Oh, I guess it's not racist now.
Yeah, it's like, it's a joke. It was a racist joke.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, and also being like, oh, the punishment doesn't fit the crime. It was humiliating. You have to go apologize. First of all, yeah, the Chinese guy was probably embarrassed having to, like, hear that said about him. And I'm of the opinion, if you wrong somebody out loud, you should have to apologize out loud. And if that's embarrassing for you, oh, sorry you provoked an embarrassing situation for yourself. You still have to apologize.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't... If the kid had to read it out loud, like, in front of other people, I wouldn't be like, oh, that was way too far. I'd be like, I could see how you could take that either way. But... yeah, he definitely should have had to do the research, write the papers, give it to the guy. And I could take or leave reading it out loud, because, like, I don't like public shaming, but like you said, he said that out loud, so it's like, well, then you're gonna apologize out loud.
Just to the guy. I'm not saying he needs to go in front of an audience and say it. But you should have to say it out loud to that guy. You can step outside. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, reading it out loud... I'm not fully co-signing that, but I'm also not totally against it. But...
it was a judgment call, like, but does it make you an asshole? No.
yeah, but the
That's
husband...
pretty good
oh, we're
parenting.
still not done.
Oh my god.
I feel like I might have been overreacted some, but I think it's important to help my son understand. Oh, okay, that was the end. So, I feel like the husband is the type who is like, oh, jokes are okay, it's just a joke, it's whatever, I didn't mean anything by it, blah, blah, blah. And that type of attitude is fine if you're, like, with friends who all understand you and where you're coming from and what you mean, but strangers don't know that. Strangers don't know you're not super racist against Chinese people, and maybe he feels super uncomfortable delivering food to you now, and now this is a problem, and now he's humiliated, and that, I guess, that kind of attitude is not okay in public. It can be okay in private, I guess, but not in public. Yeah, within certain contexts, what people know. Like, if you're with a close group of friends, everyone knows you're joking, and everyone's okay with it, sure, whatever. But in public, no, dude, don't do that.
Yeah, like, the thing with jokes being okay or not is, if it was okay, it would be okay. But it's obviously not okay, and this guy is super upset by what you said, so... it doesn't really matter that you were joking or what your intentions were, which I can't imagine you intended anything not insulting by saying that somebody eats cats. Like, that's another thing too. It's like, oh, it was just a joke, and it's like, but jokes are funny.
Yeah, it wasn't
They're
even.
not just rude.
It wasn't even kind of like a backhanded compliment, like all Asians good at math kind of thing. No, it's like, you eat cats.
What?
You're
Like,
gonna steal my cat and barbecue it. Hilarious.
No, you're not an asshole. I think you were just trying to brag about your parenting, though. That wasn't really
Yeah.
appropriate for this song.
Kinda, and I feel like your husband's kind of a dick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was just joking, because you're that type of person that says racist things like, well, if you don't like it, go back to your country. Like, that's
Yeah.
you. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. If somebody doesn't appreciate being abused, verbally abused by you, then they should just literally move to another whole nation.
Preferably the one they came from.
Go to a different continent if you don't like me berating you every single day.
Yeah, it's a little excessive.
Oh my god.
Okay, me or you?
My turn. Would I be the asshole? Okay, this is...
If I had done it.
If I had done it. O.J. Simpson. Would I be the asshole?
Pick one out so that when I throw this in the oven, we're ready to go.
But you probably shouldn't throw it in the oven because the cheese will go everywhere.
No, it won't. It's
Oh.
melted.
Not before it's in the oven.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't even make any sense.
Are you gonna argue with a physicist about states of matter?
I'm really upset with your shenanigans right now.
Is melted cheese a solid or a liquid?
No? I don't know.
It's a solid. Uh-oh.
See, there's ones that like might be controversial, which I'm afraid to read because it's
Why?
like because they're controversial.
So?
This is chill the heck out. Everything is supposed to be straightforward and expected here.
Everything's supposed to be funny and comforting.
Funny and comforting.
That should be
Kind
our.
of like me.
That should be our opening, like, sound bite. Everything should be straightforward and comforting.
Oh yes, yes. I'll see if in editing if it makes sense to leave this whole conversation in, and then we'll totally do that.
Funny and comforting.
Funny and comforting. Okay, am I the asshole? These ones have updates.
You can use that to cover up the bleeps. Should be like, man, that's just funny and comforting.
Funny and comforting. Yes. Jeez, these are sad.
Need me to find one?
Hold on. Am I the asshole for telling my son he deserved his girlfriend breaking up with him? Probably. Am I the asshole for calling my sister-in-law racist after she compared my cooking to making kung pao chicken?
What?
That
sounds racist.
sounds
again.
like unpacking a whole box.
Well, go back to the son-girlfriend one, because that sounds like one where it's like, yeah, you're probably the asshole.
Okay. So, am I the asshole for telling my son he deserved his girlfriend breaking up with him? So, my son had a long-distance girlfriend recently for about 2 years. She was great, a really nice girl, and we all loved her, welcomed her with open arms. She was flying here constantly to visit him, like a weekend a month, and he didn't lift a finger to go visit her.
Did he have the money?
I
I want to
don't
know
think-
where she got the money.
Usually, not paying for airfare once a month isn't a matter of laziness.
Yeah,
I
I would fly out and meet many people once a month if I had the money.
would just fly wherever once a month if I had money.
So anyway, rich
So our-
16-year-old who flies once a month.
Yes, okay. Blah, blah, blah. She was great, a really nice girl, and I loved her, welcomed her in open arms. He didn't lift a finger to go visit her. I tried talking to him about it several times and told him he should really start looking into flying over to her instead of expecting her to do all the traveling. He said no. Alright? And my wife probably had something to do with it, as she has constantly told him she was afraid of him flying. I spoke to them both and said this girl is great for him. Dude, you need to calm down about your son's relationship. Like, do you just think she's hot or something?
I mean, we don't have a picture.
Son! You got to have her at all costs.
I mean, we haven't seen her.
Well, I'm just gonna...
We can't
assume.
judge.
I probably can. This girl is perfect, son!
She's nothing like your mother. She's great.
That's why the mom doesn't want him to fly over there. She She blah blah blah. I spoke to them both and said this girl is great for him. She was willing to move over to our country too.
Well, hang on. This might be like Europe or Southeast Asia, where the countries are the size of San Antonio.
Okay, that's fair. So I was gonna say like, oh, this is international.
Because I was about to freak out too, and it's like, wait, there's places in the world where I could walk across a country.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. To move to our country too, but said there was one condition, and that was he'd have to fly over to her country too, which is fair enough. I mean, yeah, but what's okay? Anyway, he said no, he didn't want to fly or travel anywhere. My son was becoming lazier and lazier, eventually telling his girlfriend, are these people, is just money no object to both of these families? Because they're just like, oh, fly into a different country.
To
Oh,
see
I
your
told my son
girlfriend.
he should. And he's like, nah, because I want to sleep in. Not because airfare is like $50,000.
Right. This is definitely your rich people.
My son was becoming lazier and lazier, eventually telling his girlfriend and us that he was perfectly fine never traveling anywhere, including holidays, etc. Last week he told us last week he told us she dumped him. I went on her Facebook page as we're all still friends. She wrote us an apology letter about how she's upset it didn't work out, but these things happen, so we're on good terms. And looks like she's with a new guy already. Me and my wife have no doubt she was seeing him whilst still in a relationship with my son. Not cool. I confessed to them both that I actually agree with her decision, and he should have expected it. He did not treat her properly, and I hope he learns lessons for the next one because he needs to make more of an effort. I said he deserves it for his lack of effort in the relationship and for essentially just allowing this girl to spend all her money and time coming here all the time. Wife and son are very upset that I said this. Very, very upset. And my wife says I'm being horrible. Am I the asshole? I stand by what I said.
I don't think she was, like, just jumping from guy to guy. I feel like it's, like...
Yeah.
I feel like it's OP's son was neglecting her, and she was just living her life without him, and a
Met
new
somebody.
relationship formed.
Yeah, I think it all depends on the circumstances. Because if the dude was really just like, he wasn't not flying because of money, he was just not flying because he's lazy and just wouldn't get off his ass for her. No, I don't think you're the asshole. Like,
Yeah, I don't think so either.
and it doesn't sound like money is an issue.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
phrasing, it literally sounds like he's trying to get him to take out the trash for his girlfriend or something. Like, money is no issue.
yeah, so apparently these people just have their own private plane or something, so just pretend like that's not even involved. And he just literally won't do anything, won't get up and go visit her. She comes to see him. Like, yeah, that... I don't know why you would be surprised if somebody broke up with you.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe you're an asshole for saying that out loud to a hormonal teenager who just got broken up with, but I don't think thinking that way makes you an asshole.
Yeah. No, I think it's true. I don't think he's the asshole. Okay. And Reddit agrees. He is not the asshole.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this one's good. Am I the asshole telling my parents to pay me back my college tuition if they want a relationship?
I think I read that one.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's see. I was raised by parents who believed religiously and just culturally in rigid gender roles. Dad should work, mom should stay home with the kids. I am the only girl and have 3 brothers. I see where this is going.
Yeah.
They paid for their brother's school. Because of their expectation I'd stay home with kids, they never valued my education. They never valued my educational achievements, or emphasized things beyond domestic skills. I'm the second youngest. By the time I was in high school, my 2 older brothers had gone to the college of their choice, with my parents fully covering tuition, books, an off-campus
Jeez.
apartment, and other living expenses. So
My
everything.
God.
They eventually did the same for my younger brother. I was told I wasn't allowed to apply for college. Oh my God.
Whoa! Okay, whatever you do is completely justified.
Yeah, you're not the asshole. I did so in secret. I applied for college.
In secret? Is this a 1700s?
Like, we
My
lived
God.
on an Amish farm. I did so in secret and got accepted with a partial scholarship. I didn't tell them I was moving out until a week before I left, with essentially nothing but what a few friends gave me and that their parents bought them for college. I took engineering and had to work, take on debt, and struggle. My parents and I had barely spoken for years. I am married now and expecting our first child, and they asked to meet up. That's so slimy, dude.
Right.
Oh, now that you're doing what we want, by sheer coincidence, we all of a sudden want to talk to you again. We met at a park, and they said they were sorry. They said they were, quote, sorry if they caused me pain. Not sorry for what they did. Pay attention when people apologize to you like that. Sorry if I did blah, blah, blah. Or sorry.
No, I'm sorry you felt a certain way from what I did.
Yeah, if someone apologizes to you for the way you felt about something that they did, they're not sorry for what they did. Sorry if they caused me pain. What they were sorry for. They wouldn't elaborate, and they just said they wanted to move forward. I said that wasn't sufficient. In the end, I said they could prove they were sorry by forwarding me the $100K my degree and college expenses were, just like they did for my brothers. My mom burst into tears.
What? Ah, you want to be treated fairly.
And my dad said I wasn't being serious, and I just left. Since then, I've been getting calls from my brothers telling me I'm being immature and hurtful. I don't think so at all. No.
Okay, f your whole family.
Yeah, of course you're not the asshole. Dude, come on. Who wrote this? No, you're not the asshole. That family sounds ridiculous.
Throw out the whole family, start a new one. Which is kind of what she did.
This one's bad. Let's try it again.
Whoa. The first one I read. Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister?
Oh, you know what? I've actually read that one before. That is a downer. Like,
Okay.
let's just move on to the next one.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
I just sorted by controversial.
Did you find one?
Yeah. It's kind of long, but am I the asshole for reporting a delivery driver who I thought was lying to get out of doing more work?
I'm gonna go ahead and say probably.
Yeah, even by the title alone, unless you're his boss, mind your own f***ing business.
Yeah, like you probably ordered a couch from IKEA and asked him to come inside and set it up. Or something egregious like that.
Alright. So today for lunch I decided to order from a Mexican restaurant through one of those food delivery services. I've had a bad experience or two where my order was missing some items, but the drivers would always be gone before I realized and could catch them to fix the issue.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stand around waiting for you to check for your sweet and
Yeah,
sour
dude.
sauce, dude. I'm getting paid like $2
Yeah,
an hour.
this isn't a drive-thru. I'm not gonna kiss your ass. Here's your food. I'd always have to report it through the app support chat, which is such a pain. Oh, guys, such a pain to use because they obviously outsource their representative. Oh, God.
How does everything keep turning out racist somehow? Like, it's racist every time.
I'm sad because when I order from a Mexican restaurant, they send a brown person and they leave. And they're lazy, and then I have to talk to an Indian, and I hate it! This is America!
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Oh, God. That's like the first of 5 paragraphs, and I'm already not on your side.
No.
I bet the rest is just ranting about how lazy immigrants are.
When racism happens this early, you can only imagine what else is coming.
Right? Alright.
Was it also a woman, too, that delivered to you?
Oh, for his sake, I hope not. They obviously outsource their representatives, and it's frustrating trying to communicate with them. I usually give up after a few
You
messages.
don't pause.
back and
I'm
forth.
sorry. It's not. It's really hard to speak with people. Let's be honest. It's somebody who has an Indian accent. Like,
They speak
I'm
great
sorry.
English every time I've
They
talked
speak
to them.
perfectly fine English. I don't know where you come from that you can't understand. You can understand them perfectly fine.
Which, by the way, he's talking about chat, and in chat, it has always been perfect, legible
oh my God,
English.
Chat?
Yeah, he said after
How can you even tell?
through the app support chat
Oh
after
my
sending a couple of
God.
messages. So that's perfect English.
Yeah, he just doesn't like the fact that he's talking to a foreign person.
Oh, the fact that these words were made by an Indian.
They were typed in another land. I can't take it.
Oh, I need more blood pressure medication. When my driver arrived, oh God, I told her.
Oh, so I got lost on where we were for a second. I thought he meant he had a driver.
Oh.
Of a limo
No.
pull up to pick him up.
When my driver arrived, oh God, I told her, oh God,
Oh no, you guys.
to stay so I could check the bag and make sure everything was there. I noticed she kind of raised her eyebrow for a moment, but otherwise she stood quietly and waited. Sure enough, a couple things were missing. I politely said she needed to return to the restaurant and get my missing items. No.
I'm sorry. You think after you are not gonna tip me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive back to the restaurant and get what you wanted?
For free.
Seriously?
For free.
You need to call the restaurant and deal with that. And also, those food apps will just give you a refund for pretty much
Yeah,
any
dude,
reason.
just bitch about it and you'll get free food.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sorry.
not the driver's fault or problem.
The drivers are not going to go back to the restaurant.
You're
for you,
literally
and
like-
expecting that is egregious.
You're like, hey, can you spend money and gas and wear on your car to go get me shit for free? Like, no.
Where is my Diet Dr. Kelp?
In a very neutral, rehearsed sounding tone, she said that it's against company policy to do that and I should contact support through the app, which you should.
That's
I explained that I prefer not to deal with support, in parentheses, Indians. No, I'm kidding.
Holy crap! No, I explained that I prefer not to deal with support. Then don't use. It stood up right in front of me. Oh, I explained that I don't like to deal with support. Then don't use the app.
Yeah, don't use the app. If you don't want to deal with missing food items or with people who aren't from America, then you should just not use software. Problem solved.
The whole world should be.
I tried, whatever.
Whatever. The whole world should be tailored to me and what makes me comfortable.
Basically. I was a bit annoyed at this point, so I asked what the company policy was on making sure orders were correct. She said that restaurants close the bags for the drivers and they're not meant to open them or the containers
Oh
inside.
yeah, they can't even verify stuff is there, so that's literally
Yeah.
not her problem. If I was her and he was like, "Hey, can you stay to see if there's all my stuff is here?"
No. No, that's the
absolutely
restaurant.
not.
Like, yeah, every time I've had food delivered, it was closed with stickers or staples or something. So
Yeah.
if something is wrong, that's the restaurant's fault. Contact the restaurant. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
I was a bit annoyed, blah, blah, blah. Something about food safety violations and not being trained. After a moment, she apologized for trouble and left. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, if she, started opening your shit, you bitch about that, too.
Yeah. Also, only thing she did wrong was apologize.
Right? To me, this honestly just sounds like a bunch of BS excuses to get out of doing her whole job.
It's not her job, dude.
If they can't go back to the restaurant, how are customers supposed to get their food money back?
Do you realize you paid digitally, right?
Yeah,
You think she's gonna
How-
give you cash? And
you
bring
think
it
the
back?
restaurant has your physical cash? You paid through the app. Get a refund through the app. You're trying to get out of doing your whole job. Holy shit. You don't even know how this works. You're like, yeah, I just order food and it shows up.
Yeah, it's like, also, what you're asking her to do is not her job or any part of her job, so I don't know what you're talking about.
What a dumbass. So on the page where I rate my driver and can leave feedback, I made a note of my situation and explained why I thought she was in the wrong. I then left 1 star and revoked my tip. A bit I doubt you left a tip at all.
Right, first of all, you didn't leave a tip. Second of all, you're the worst.
I bet it was like $2 anyway, so whatever.
The worst kind of person.
A bit later, I was talking to my sister over the phone. I was gonna make a woman joke. Who I thought...
I guarantee he's gonna say something like, she didn't agree with me because she's also a woman.
Because her tiny woman brain was too smooth to comprehend how business transactions work.
She couldn't handle it. She didn't understand how much I was wronged.
Who I thought would enjoy the story because she works for a different but similar delivery company.
Dude.
My sister said, "Did you actually think she was gonna go back to the restaurant?" I laughed, thinking she was taking a dig at a competing company's drivers, but she just said, "I'm not joking, you literally reported her for following the rules." Go
Yes.
sister, you know your brother's a dumbass.
Right?
At first I thought my sister had misunderstood a part of the story or something. I couldn't believe that my sister couldn't take my side, so I repeated it slowly for her woman brain.
Hold on. I think you misunderstood. I said I reported her for following the rule.
I think she should work harder for no more pay. I think you misunderstood.
You don't understand.
Misunderstood part of the story or something, so I kind of brushed it off, but now, based on her reaction and what both her and the driver said, I'm wondering if they're right. Am I the asshole for reporting her, or blah, 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 blah? Yes. Yes, you are. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the asshole. Like,
There's no way... I assume you're even saying this in a good light to make you look good, and yeah, you're still an asshole.
it was probably way worse than the way you depicted it, and you're still in the wrong.
Oh, the top comment. Oh my, is the world really this small? This could be a total coincidence, and I guess I have no real way to confirm either way, but I had a very similar conversation with a customer today over a missing burrito and a side of cheese dip.
Please go on. Did they go on?
Even if you're not the person I talk to, I'm off the clock now, so I have some more words for you and people like you. First off, it's so annoying when people say, "Oh, hold on a second. Just want to make sure it's all here."
Yes.
Right then, I know I might be about to waste time having this exact conversation. Yes, it's scripted because it happens all the time, and it's easier to be prepared. Second off, I cannot return to the restaurant. If I don't mark your order as delivered in a given amount of time, I start getting calls from dispatch. If I mark your order as delivered, then go back to the restaurant, I've lost your order info because the system thinks I don't need it anymore. And usually I have another order waiting to be sent to me after yours, so I have to move on to that one. Third off, stop and think about it. Do you want a person you don't know opening your food containers with their hands that have been touching the steering wheel, dozens of door handles and doorbells, cash tips from questionable places, and that haven't been washed all day because they've been in a car? It's nasty and not sanitary. I try to verify with restaurants, but most of the time they're practically shoving me out the door, so sorry. Fourth off, I spend literally all day delivering food to people just to make money. With one of my companies, I have no choice but to deliver orders I'm given, so I can't be lazy. With the rest, I still can't be lazy because if I am, that means less money. You know nothing about this industry. I couldn't say this before, but I can say it now. You're an asshole.
Oh, yes. I hope that was the same person. That would be so perfect. But yeah, why do people even ask sometimes? It's like, you did something completely selfish and rude. You know that's not her job. Like, the fact that you thought you weren't an asshole is really weird.
It's the Ava and Christian show.
Well, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for chilling the heck out with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Top of the morning to you.